That's cooking. Just received my light kit for my chronograph today, so obviously I've got to play with it. I'm going to be running my Darton Sequel 35 through the chronograph with the Nimrod Archery Duo Pro that I hunted with last year. It's kind of like a real world test. Would I be taking to the woods with me? This arrow is 468 grains, and we'll double check that on the grain scale. And we're going to run a couple tests. We're going to run where it's set at now, which is kind of just like my reps. I've got it back down to like 64, 65 pounds. So we're going to run that test with the standard mod, and then we're going to crank it up to 70 and do a standard mod test and a speed mod test with the Nimrod Archery arrow, just to kind of see what we get, the different results. But let's get into that now. Check the weight on this arrow and check the weight on the bow. Go from there. All right, same arrow. I'm gonna set it on the grain scale, kind of get her balanced, and it is 468.6 grains. So going to double check the weight of this. I just checked it with a 35-pound plate out in the barn, and it was fairly accurate. So let's get a weight on this real quick. 64.16. It'll focus. All right. Darton Sequel 35, 468 grain arrow, 29-inch draw, 64 pounds. Let's see what we're getting out of it. 265. All right, so I cranked the bow, I maxed it out. We're gonna see what that looks like. $69.62 pounds. That's close enough for me. So right at just shy of 70 pounds. Still got the 265 on the chronograph. We're just gonna leave it there. I'm gonna shoot this guy 70 pounds. 275 for a 468 grain arrow. I'm not mad at that. I like that. That's a fairly good speed. 29 inches. You know, who knows, that scale could be a touch off. Right at 70 pounds. Maxed out with the bow. I can dig it. When you purchase your Darton, they're nice enough to send you a second set of mods that say speed mod right there. So from what I'm understanding, I think you gain like 5 feet per second. So I'm gonna swap them out real quick, shoot it at 70, and then I may end up backing it down, back down to 65, and shoot it from there. All right, Darton Sequel 35, 70 pounds, 29-inch draw, 468 grain arrow. See what kind of speed we get out of this one. .281. So that's a 6 feet per second jump from the standard mod. Alright, just for giggles, I grabbed one of my old man's arrows, which is lighter than mine. So it is a Darton Sequel 35 with the speed mods, 29-inch, 70 pounds, 395 grain arrow. See what this does through the chronograph. .304 feet per second. Wow, that's cooking. All right, this is the last test I'm gonna run. So Darton Sequel 35 with the speed mod, 29 inch, 70 pounds, 468 grain arrow at 64 and some change pounds. $269. That's not bad. I'll take that. Overall, I'm happy with the speeds of the Sequel 35. For it being a 35-inch bow, can't beat it. Could there be some variances in the chronograph? Yes. Maybe I shot a little too high, too low. You never know. But for it being a 35-inch bow, I'm happy. For the time being, I am going to keep the speed mods on it. Keep it at this 64 pounds. Get used to it. And then, obviously, closer to deer season, I'll crank it back up. May dabble with the 80% let off. And I also may grab a set of 75% mods. We'll see. But now I'm going to continue testing it on the range, get outside, shoot it a little bit more, and just enjoy it. It's a great shooting bow, super smooth, and yeah, really liking it. Very impressed with the overall bow itself.